Hi there, Nate with American Patriot Appliance here. Today we're working on a frozen clogged freezer drain, and we're going to try to unclear it, or unclog it. Let me show you what we got. Behind this wall is the coils, the freezer coils, and when they defrost, the water has to go down the drain. But as you can see in here, there's a bunch of ice in there, and it's clogged up, so the water can't go down the drain, so it comes down here instead. Look at all that. I've taken my steamer here, and I've steamed a whole bunch of holes in the surface of the ice, trying to get as much of the ice broken away from the bottom as possible. So now I'm going to try and grab this basket and break it loose, see if I can get the ice out of the bottom. Aha! Alright, we got it loose. So now I'm going to try to break off some of these chunks of ice and get this basket out of here. I'll be right back. Alright, so we got it broken loose. Now, I'm going to pull this thing out of here. Whew. I'm going to drop it in the sink. Wow. That's a lot of ice on there. We'll rinse that off later. Right now, throw this towel in here, soak up some of this water. There we go. So now, I need to get that back panel off. That's going to require taking these rails off, both sides, top and bottom. I'm going to take the light bulb out, and then take these screws out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we'll pull the back panel off. Alright, I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Alright, so we got the rails all taken off, the light bulb removed, and the screws all taken out. So now, reach in, grab this. I need to grab up first. Nope, maybe not. Pull it out like that. Then we have to lift it up off of these tabs. This one here, and that one there. Oh boy. That's going to require some persuasion. I don't want to do that. Okay, got that. Up and out. Yep, got it. Okay, so now, grab this panel, pull it straight out and down. Here, down, and pull it at an angle to get around the light bulb. There we go. Alright, move that out of the way. So now we have the evaporator coil. A little frozen there. We'll have to steam that, get that defrosted. Coils look good. Nice layer of frost all the way around. And there's the drain. Frozen solid. So instead of water going down there, you can see the dark spot there. That's where the hole is supposed to be. But because it's clogged up, the water's coming out the front, just filling up this area. So I'm going to go ahead and blow some steam down that hole and clear the ice out of there. But again, I'm going to need both hands, so I'm going to do it without the camera on, so I'll be right back. Well, we were wrong of the location of the hole. This one actually is right in the middle. It was not there. That was just a piece of dark something on there. The hole in this drain is right in the middle. So we're going to pull these chunks of ice out of here. And now, toss these in the sink. Alright. So now we're going to take the steamer and blow some steam down in that hole. And hopefully we'll hear some air coming out the backside. And that'll indicate that the drain hole is completely clear of any kind of obstruction. Ice, food particles, jellified water, whatever else is down there. Alright, I'll be right back. So I ran out of water with my steamer, so I had to refill it. Now we're waiting for it to warm back up. In the meantime, let me show you a couple things in here, just so you get some education while we're at it. Alright, so here at the top of the coils, these machines are called a self-defrosting, or auto-defrost, or frost-free. What they do is, when these coils get covered in frost, over time the frost will build up, and it'll build up too much, and it'll start closing off the airways. So you get so much frost in there you can't get any air through it. That fan right there is supposed to circulate the air through these coils to the rest of the fridge. But if the frost builds up too much, that's not going to happen. So it has what's called a defrost cycle. And when a defrost cycle kicks on, it turns on this bar, it's your heater. It's just like a coil on a coil-top stove, only stretched out. It gets red hot, and it'll melt all this frost, and the water from the frost goes down the drain hole. Now, that heater will stay on for about 20 minutes. But if the heater happens to defrost all the frost before the 20 minutes is up, and the heat gets up to this guy, this is a thermostat. That's called the defrost thermostat. It's a bimetal, which means two pieces of metal which are put together, and they're made of two different materials that flex at different temperatures. So when the temperature gets up to a certain degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius, whatever you want to call it, I don't care, those two pieces of metal inside there will pop open, and that disconnects the connection between these two wires, the brown and the pink there, and those wires lead to the heater. And when that, see that black wire there, that's the heater. So when that defrost thermostat opens, it turns off the power to the heater. That way it's not continuing to heat, melting the plastic liner of the freezer, because you don't want that. So defrost problems, we'll talk about it in another video. Right now, my steamer should be just about ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish blowing some steam down this drain hole, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we got the opening all clear, all the way down. I could hear the air coming out the other side, or the steam. So now, what we're gonna do, we're going to take a piece of copper tubing, very thin copper tubing, we're going to put it down the drain hole and then tie the end of it around this heater. So when the heater heats up, it'll heat up that piece of copper tubing, and it'll melt any ice that's built up in the hole there. But I gotta go out of the truck and get a piece, so I'll be right back. Alright, so we got our copper tubing here, and the reason I don't use regular copper wire is because it's solid. Now this copper tubing here is hollow. It's called capillary tube. It's very, very thin, but it's hollow inside. So air heats up faster than solid copper does. So when I wrap it around that heater there, and the heater turns on, this piece of tubing is going to heat up a lot faster than a regular piece of solid wire. And it'll melt all the ice that builds up inside this hole here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this here and shove it down in the hole. There we go. About, let's see, probably gonna get in there about 6 inches, maybe 5. Here, what I'm gonna do is bend a little hook in the end of it so I can rotate and find the direction of the hole, because it's probably not straight down. Rotate it around, rotate it until it finds the path of least resistance. Well, shoot, come on, get in there. Nope. I think the curl on the end wasn't enough. Curl a little bit more. Got a little hook on the end. Get down there, rotate, rotate. Alright, being a pain in the butt. Get in there. There we go. Now Now we got it down the drain. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut this off right about here, make a hook on it, and loop it onto this bar. This heater bar right there. But I'm gonna need both hands for that, so I'll be right back. Alright, so got our piece of wire on there, looped around the heater, down the drain. So now, when it goes into defrost and that bar heats up, it'll heat up the tubing, melt the ice. Hopefully it'll be a perpetually clean drain. Don't have to worry about this icing up again. Alright, so now we'll put it all back together. Be right back. Okay, so I got all the baskets put back in, the panel put back on, so now we just got to get all the ice rinsed off of this basket so I can put this other basket in. I'll be right back. It's a slow going process. It's a lot of ice, and hot water can only do so much. Be right back. Almost done. The last chunk. Be right back. Okay, finally got all the ice off of there. Now, put it back in. Alright. So, now we have an unclogged freezer drain. Ta-da. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.